Greeting, listeners, and welcome to a very special Stories and Steins. We have a new game master on this little one shot we're going to be playing because we are trying out a new game from our new friend Andy. Andy, why don't you introduce yourself and what we're going to be playing today?
My name's Andy. I'm from Scotland, and I'm the creative person behind LostHavenArt, where I do artwork for other people's games, but I also design my own indie tabletop role-playing games. This is my fifth game that I've designed, and it's called Skies Above. It is inspired by classic Japanese role-playing games from the Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1 sort of era, using the Rules Light D8 system, and has everything you'd kind of expect from a JRPG-inspired game. Job classes, crafting, airships, monsters, wholesomeness, but also opportunity for big end-of-the-world style adventures.
Sounds solid to me.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
We should probably introduce who's going to be in this one. You might recognize a voice that many of probably thought had been long gone from the podcast. Eric in for this game.
Yep, I don't know if I would call this a big return because I have been active in other games and other groups, including a game run by one of our other players, Crest.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out which game you were talking about. Hi, it's me.
Legacy!
Oh, right. Sorry, let me take that from the top. Hey, it's me, Crest. Auxiliary game master and editor for Gestalheim Productions, and primary game master and editor for the podcast Many Stories, Many Games. Yeah, I'm getting to be a player today, which is nice. And then we have the Snom who has somehow escaped the castle dungeon.
I am Alexiel. You probably recognize me at this point on Crest's podcast and several other ones in Gestalheim.
Yep, Alexio started my venture into tabletop RPGs by being one of the people of Monster of the Week, and then we dragged them into podcasting.
Monster of the Week's a good way to get started.
It is a very interesting system, and it provides a lot of fun, I think, yeah. So, we are doing a session 0 for Skies Above today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing session 0, looking into character creation, and some of you have at least looked over the PDF, but this will be the first time for everybody here making characters. So hopefully be going through the process and giving people an idea of what the options are for character creation, how you go about creating one, and kind of fleshing the characters out for the one shot ahead of time.
All right.
From a cursory overview of the first couple of pages of the character creation chapter of your book, it looks fairly straightforward.
Yep, there's a few steps, but each of them are, as you said, straightforward. Doing things like the first step is choosing your character trope. Classic RPGs, JRPGs tend to have characters that follow certain cliches and tropes, like your secret royal character or your like overly charming sky pirate, that sort of thing. So you pick you come up with your own
some of the
character trope to start you off with.
Some of the examples you give in step 1 of the character creation is like aspiring young air pirate, hidden royalty, experienced veteran, or a young prodigy. So like 2 to 4 word basic description of your typical JRPG player character protagonist.
Yeah. And there's also an option in there for the trope that is the amnesiac hero and how that would work mechanically as well.
Oh, that would be interesting. I mean, that seems to be a big part of these sorts of stories, so I'm glad you included that.
Yeah, it seemed like something that like it comes up often enough in JRPGs that not including a way to fit it in would have felt odd for me. But yeah, when you pick your trope, you then pick 3 skills that you associate with your trope to kind of get the ball rolling with the skills that your character has at hand. If you're playing the amnesiac hero instead, during gameplay, you would let the game master know that your character is remembering something about their past. Then you'd maybe roleplay a little flashback, and then you would mark the skill down on your character sheet.
Interesting. Now, skills. You say skills.
There is a big list of skills.
Okay. Weapon proficiencies. Oh, here we are. Stuff like acrobatics, athletics, gamble, insight. Those are the skills.
Yeah. Most of them are self-explanatory. So you have your common skills, which tend to come up throughout adventures. Things like academics, acrobatics, deception, all that sort of stuff. Things that you'd expect to find in a role-playing game. Mixture of your sort of physical, mental, and social skills. And then you have craft skills, which tend to come into play during downtimes in game, opportunities that you might have to flex your crafting skills, and it's things like armorer for making armor or modifying your armor, cooking for making meals and snacks for on the road, gunsmith for making your own guns, making things like grenades and smoke bombs and stuff like that, and things like weaponsmith for all your up close and personal weapons, your swords, your axes, all that sort of stuff. And there's a few other ones for making trinkets.
Speaking of weaponsmith, there is, of course, weapon proficiencies.
Yep. Weapon proficiencies are the third category of skill. While common and craft skills work the same as each other, and they pull from the same points, weapon proficiencies tend to come from your job class. And there are 12 different types of weapon or weapon groups in Skies Above.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
An even dozen.
So you have axes, which tend to hit pretty hard. Each of the weapons has a unique quality to them that you can only use if you're proficient with them. So axes have an ability called Shield Breaker, which allows you to treat your opponent's weapon defense as if it's lower, which means you're more likely to hit them. You have bows. They have aim shots, so you can spend a round aiming and gain a bonus to your attack and damage in the following round. Chakrams, which allow you to hit multiple opponents as they bounce and come back to you.
Ah, yes. Xena.
Xena style. Daggers, which are dual wielded, so they get a little bit of a damage bonus, and you can mix and match different daggers if they've got different qualities that you want access to.
Oh, that's spiffy.
Fist weapons, which allow you to deliver multiple attacks. Guns, which are firearms, they hit hard, they tend to pierce through armor. They're expensive.
I can imagine.
You have hammers or mace type weapons, which are heavy duty melee weapons, again for breaking through armor. Instruments, which are magical items that tend to be used by bards. Their ability allows them to inflict status conditions on critical hits, things like slow or weaken, charm. You have spears, which have the special ability defensive reach. So if you take the guard up action during combat, so if the combat in Skies Above is like old school turn-based JRPG, it's in rows. You've got your front row, your back row. You can take one action per round, but one of those actions can be to guard up, where you spend your round defending yourself. It gives you a big boost to your defenses and to your armor. But if you do it with a spear, if an opponent misses you, you get to inflict damage on them.
Oh, so it's like an attack of opportunity in say D&D in that case.
Kinda, yep. So yeah, if they fail or fumble, which is a critical fail, then you get to inflict damage to them as if you'd made a successful attack test. Staves, which are your mage style weapon, will let you boost the damage of your spells. Swords have the well balanced trait, where they get a number of points equal to your proficiency, and at the start of every round, you get to choose where you allocate them, either between damage, defense, or attack.
Oh, nice.
And then the last weapon type is whips, which are regular whips, or it can be chain weapons, things like rope darts and stuff like that all can come under whips. Their special ability is limb wrap, where if you get a critical hit, you impose a -2 penalty to attacks and defenses until your next round on that opponent.
Oh, that's neat. Now, looking at the skills and the weapon proficiencies, I noticed that we have the stats underneath, and it's a this stat plus this stat equals thing.
Yeah. So you roll a d8 and then add the two stats together, and that will give you your overall result, and you're looking to beat specific target numbers.
Okay. So we have a target number or a difficulty number, and then we roll a single d8, so it's not a pool of d8s.
Yep, single d8.
Okay.
Add your
And then-
attributes.
Okay.
If you roll an 8 on your d8, it explodes, so you get to roll again, and then
Okay,
add.
cool.
So you can get really big numbers for every 8 that you score over the target number. 8's a reoccurring number in the game.
Makes sense.
For every 8 that you score over the target number, it counts as a critical level. So
Okay.
for weapons, that tends to be things like more damage, or you can trigger their special effects and things like that.
So just tossing out some numbers here. Say I wanted to attack with a whip.
Yep.
I have a 3 in agility and a 2 in luck.
Yep.
So I roll my d8, I get a 4.
Yep.
I add my 4, I add my whatever numbers I just said for the agility and luck because I can't remember. And then
I think 5 total.
right.
Yep.
So 5 and 4, so that's 9. And that 9 is then matched up to whatever the difficulty number the GM comes up with for the attack. Let's say 5. So I hit the 5, well over. So I succeed.
Yeah.
Now, if I rolled an 8 on the D8, I would again roll again.
and then
And
add that to it.
add that in.
Yep.
And if I get 8 over that 5 difficulty number, I get a step up on the critical chart, or however you want to put it.
Yeah. So with a whip, you would do additional damage, but you would also inflict a penalty onto the target to their attacks and defenses for the next round.
Oh, you can also pull them to the front row of the...
Yep.
So a positional, you can knock them down, which is nice, or impose a -2 penalty for their next attack and defenses on their attack and defense until your next turn.
Yep. Yeah, so you've got some options with the whip. Whips tend not to do a lot of damage, but if you get criticals with them, then you can manipulate the battlefield.
So that's a nice trade-off, actually.
Yeah. You tend to find that with a few of the weapons, like daggers don't do a lot of damage, but because you can mix and match different daggers, then you can get a number of different effects going for when you successfully strike things.
Now, since you're talking about that, it sounds like we can modify our weapons with magic. I mean, certainly not just applying a poison, but there are magical abilities, I'm guessing.
So the Skies has a crafting system, which I'm currently working from.
Mm-hmm.
So players can craft their own weapons.
Ooh.
Critical successes on your crafting checks allow you to make improvements to those weapons over and above what they normally come with.
Okay. Would that be like a +1, +2, +3?
Yeah.
In D&D or something else?
So I'll give you examples with the weapon crafting. So for every critical that you get while crafting a weapon, you can either give it a +1 to its attack,
Mm-hmm.
+2 to its base damage.
Okay.
You can give it armor piercing, which allows it to ignore points of armor.
Mm-hmm.
You can reduce the amount of crafting time that you need to spend on it, which is handy if it's a more complicated weapon like a gun or swords take a bit more time to craft.
Okay.
Or you can reduce the bulk of a weapon. So some of the bigger two-handed weapons come with a bulk rating, which can impact your initiative and your defenses.
And with the successes, you're able to, I'm going to say mitigate, but like kind of bring that down a little bit. So
yeah. So like if you're
say they have a bulk of 2, you can bring that down to a bulk of 1.
Yeah, so if you got 8 over what you needed to craft it, then you could reduce the bulk by 1, and that would allow you to ignore some of the penalties that come with heavier weapons.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
But
and I do like me a crafting system.
Yep. So there's like your basic equipment, your basic weapons. They all have the standard TN difficulty, which I think in your copy the Ashcan is 8. So as long as you can get an 8 or over, then you can successfully craft any of the basic equipment. And for every 8 over, then you can improve that equipment. If you're making things like consumables, you can do things like make additional doses or uses of that consumable and things with your criticals. So it depends on what you're trying to make, what the effects that you can apply from criticals are going to be.
Definitely used for healing potions.
Yeah. And then I'm working on the advanced equipment at the moment, so that's your fancier weapons. That is your like ice swords and fiery axes and all that sort of stuff, which all come
the good stuff.
Yeah, all come with their own target numbers, but have a lot more bonuses to offer when you're making.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
But yeah, we can probably go over a few of the standard session zero stuff, your lines and fails. I probably Skies Above has been inspired by JRPGs. It's a lot more lighthearted than some of the other games that I've got out there. And so there isn't really much in the terms of content warning that I would give for playing the game. Things like if you've got phobias of bugs and stuff like that, it is a JRPG game, so there are giant bug enemies and things, but those are easily avoided if you've got players that aren't comfortable with creepy crawlies.
Yeah.
But beyond that, as written, there isn't any content that I would bring up that could be problematic.
I imagine it's not in the it's not in the system and story itself. It's any kind of content that might pop up would be the independent games people run. Like, hey, I want to run a game like this, and if they're running a game like this, it would include, trigger or content warnings that are A, B, and C.
Yeah. But with the one shot that we're probably going to be doing, it will be kind of straightforward adventure-y type fare. There'll be monsters. There'll be some lore, some hazards along the way, and opportunities for you to sort of interact between yourselves and
excellent
any NPCs that I happen to throw in.
All right, that sounds good. So before we get into the nitty and the gritty of character creation, is there anything else about the game or system that we, the players, and our listeners might need or you want us/them to know?
Yeah, a few things that I could probably point out would be there is a system for players called the Overdrive system.
Okay.
So like Final Fantasy games tend to have like your limit
break
type stuff. I've made a very simplified interpretation of that, where every critical that you score increases your overdrive, and once you reach 8, you can spend it to perform an additional action in combat.
Okay.
As your character goes up in levels, you can essentially get extra bars of overdrive.
Oh god, it's like those, what is it, Marvel vs. Capcom, where you had like 3 bars of hyper?
Yeah. So like at higher level characters, if they're maxed out, can perform like
A level 4 overdrive.
4 or 5 actions in a single 4 or 5 actions in a round. And it's a way of kind of balancing. It's a simple combat system. Everybody gets 1 action. So over time, you can build up your overdrive to allow you to do something a bit more special, or combo abilities that you might have, or get yourself out of a tricky situation while still being able to inflict a little bit of damage or something and still feel that you've not fully wasted your round, sort of deal.
Now, this is just for my clarification. You said whenever a player has a critical, they fill in one little section of one of the little 8 section bars.
Yeah.
By critical, you mean rolling an 8 on the die, or
8 or more over?
Okay, the 8 or more over mechanic from what we were talking about earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said.
So criticals in this work a little bit more like Pathfinder 2nd edition, where it's not what you roll on the die, it's what you roll over.
Okay.
So, for example, if you got really lucky and got like 16 over the target number, you'd be able to generate 2 points of overdrive from a single action.
Looking at you, Alexiel.
Hush now.
No, seriously, Andy. Alexiel
Hush.
breaks systems. He can. I don't know how he does it, but if he can roll.
The answer is clearly witchcraft.
We've even tried forcing him to use online dice rollers, and it still happens.
Meanwhile, I'm over here just begging for something above a 10 in D&D systems.
One of the on-running theories from some of my friends is that I am just a luck thief, because every table I've been at, there is someone who rolls no greater than a 10.
Yeah, and I tend to find that in game groups. You tend to get one player who is ridiculously lucky, and then one player who has all the bad luck in the world.
I mean, I can't say that's me, because there have been some times where I've rolled just absolutely insane, positively. But generally, RNGesus has forsaken me. I swear to God.
Yeah. That happens. Like, as a GM, I tend to get really lucky rolls. As a player,
not so much.
Not so much. The other thing I want to point out about the system itself is more related to GMs, people who are GMing it. Monsters. All the monsters in the game have a base stat block.
Okay.
But you, as a GM, can increase the level of monsters and give them access to extra abilities and more health and more stats to fit the power level of the party that you're running the game for.
So, like, you have your bog standard giant rat enemy.
Yeah. But
say you want to bump up the danger, make it a cave rat with a prerequisite palette color swap, and the cave rat will then be, say, a level or tier 2 enemy, which means it can do everything the basic rat can, but also this, that, and / or this other thing. Yeah, it'll have more health, it'll have probably more mana, it might be harder to hit. Mm. It might have a unique ability, like the normal rat might be able to bite and pierce armor, the cave rat might be able to inflict poison when it bites you because it's more... it carries diseases or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. So
There's a bit of customization there for the GM when they're making enemy encounters.
Hey, as one of the people on YouTube I watch says, options are good. And if you know who that is, then, hey, we watch the same toy reviewer. Anyway, let's see. I really can't think of anything else we might want to talk about before we get into character creation, unless, somebody else wants to stop me from yammering and, come up with a question or three.
I'm just bracing myself for the battle between me and Alexil because I'm expecting a fight between the two of us because single brain cell.
Ah, yes.
Yes. We tend to share the single brain cell.
I may break the system with my character idea. I have one of those, can I do this after looking at one of the classes and people who know me know where my brain went. And I was really trying not to do that this time.
Meanwhile, I try to behave myself and not break the system.
And then somehow you end up doing it occasionally.
It happens.
I can't argue, but I don't recall any time that happened, specifically, so...
I can't recall any time recently, but, you have gotten the butterfly effect, essentially.
I will believe you. I honestly cannot remember. So, looks like it's time to make characters.
Just go for a step at a time as per the book. So first step is coming up with your character trope and then selecting 3 skills that are associated with your trope.
Okay. Huh.
I think it'd be good to do it in order of the chat. So I believe Alexia would go first.
See, part of the problem is I have no clue what everyone else wants to do.
Well, you're in luck. I have no clue what I want to do either, so...
Or do you want to go in order of who has an idea already?
Probably.
That might be the best idea.
That'd probably be the better.
Okay. Well, I'm making Phoenix Goals, the treasure hunting hot mess.
Okay. Yep. So
I'm sorry, Phoenix what now?
Goals.
Goals.
Goals. Like gull, like seagull.
seagull.
Oh, gull. Okay.
Phoenix Gold.
Actually, wait. I just realized I did the naming convention wrong. It's Arizona Goals.
Arizona. Yeah, there you go. I had a feeling you were going to do something when you saw that there were gun and whip. So.
Okay, and your Arizona is the hot mess.
Yeah, treasure hunting hot mess.
Treasure hunting hot mess.
Yeah. That's the best way I could think to do the trope for Indiana Jones, because he's a treasure hunter, but he's also a hot mess.
Oh, that's the joke you're making.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. What 3 skills are you thinking of taking?
I'm taking Insight as 3 at rank 3, Athletics at rank 2, and Academia at rank 1, because my remembrance of Indiana Jones is he's supposed to be a professor, but he wasn't always.
Yeah.
He was out of office quite often. You are actually very correct.
Cool. Okay. So that's our first trope is the treasure hunting hot mess. That is Arizona Gold. Okay. So who else has an idea for their character?
Guess I get to go next, since I have a trope in mind too. My trope is, and bear in mind that I might change this first word based on what job I pick. My trope is mage on a pilgrimage.
Okay.
I have my skills decided, but I don't have their ranks picked just yet. So, the 3 skills I went with are academia, navigation, and herbalist.
Yep. Do you have a name yet for your character? Or?
Sadly, no. I'm still working on that.
That's fine. Usually people's last thing to come up with. Cool.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we've got the
Yeah, names are hard, honestly.
mage on a pilgrimage or hot mess. Okay. Curious to see what the other 2 characters are going to be.
Well, you got any ideas, Alexiel?
I I'm trying to think. I'm trying to cook.
All right. Well, I got one in mind. If you don't mind me going ahead of you.
I do not mind at all.
All right. I'm going to go with the very classic, very tropey farm boy hero.
Luke You're Luke Skywalker of the party.
Yeah, pretty much. Not that I'm aiming for the Luke Skywalker trope experience, but yeah, the classic hero's journey, farm boy to hero thing.
A Superman reference.
Cool, yeah, I like it. I like it. What skills are you going with?
I actually hadn't thought about that. The trope is the only thing that popped into my head. Scrolling back up to the skills, though, let me grab. Let's see. I'm thinking. Would I be able to pick a craft skill in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pick a craft skill.
Okay. So, to the surprise of literally nobody here except you, Andy, I'm going to pick cooking as one of them. I'm also thinking of athletics because, farm boy strength.
Yep, makes sense.
And then going by that, insight for, the gut feeling.
Yep, sounds good.
And remind me of the numbers again, the rank.
So you pick one of them as a primary skill that gets three ranks.
Okay.
One is your secondary, it gets 2, and the last one is a tertiary skill, so it only gets a single rank.
Okay. Let's do athletics at 3, cooking at 2, and then insight at 1.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Okay, I got something. I'm gonna go with the trope as wandering martial artist.
Ooh.
Yep. Also a classic.
Then skills.
Yeah.
Gonna go.
I'm sitting here.
What? What you sitting here? What?
No, I'm sitting here thinking about, oh hey, with my trope, I just gave this kind of an opener for the one shot. Again, leaning into the whole hero's journey as well as the classic JRPG trope.
Yeah, that.
The doomed hometown.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go endurance 3. That's 2 and a 1. Let's go acrobatics 2 and athletics 1.
Okay, cool. Very physical person. Okay. Cool. So that's step 1. You've all picked your trope, you picked skills to go with that trope. You can rearrange them and stuff as we're going through character creations. All good. Step 2 is allocating your attribute points. There are 6 attributes in Skies. You have agility, strength, and vitality, and you have mind, spirit, and luck. So agility is like your swiftness, your dexterity, how light you are on your feet, has an impact on things like your initiative and your physical defense, and impact some of the lighter weapons that you'd expect it to. Things like whips and bows and stuff like that all play off of agility primarily. Strength is your physical brawn, it's your muscles, your ability to break things, lift things up, smash through whatever gets in your way, your athletic prowess, and even like how physically imposing you are comes under strength.
Makes sense.
Vitality is your wellness. It's how robust you are, your ability to shrug off illness, disease, could be how hard.
And your ability to keep pushing forward.
Keep pushing forward, not get too drunk. It also impacts your HP when it comes to your other traits. Mind is your character's intelligence, their mental acuity, their ability to pick up things and learn from it gets used in spellcasting a fair amount. Spirit, on the other hand, is your connection to the spiritual world, to the ebbs and flows of what in Skies is called the song, which is the magical energy that flows through the whole world. Mages tend to have high spirit, and it affects your mana, but it also impacts your magical defenses as well. Luck is a kind of catch-all attribute that can impact a few different things. It has an impact on your physical defense. It can impact certain weapons, certain skills like gamble and stuff use it. But it's a sort of rate that you would roll if you're in a situation the GM isn't quite sure what skill check might be relevant. If any, then you maybe ask for a luck test, which would be rolling the D8 and adding double your luck to get your result.
So, looking at the attributes myself, I noticed that the 6 all begin with 1.
They all begin with 1, and you have 8 points to spend between them.
Okay. So you can you can do a fairly all-rounder build by putting, splitting 6 points into the 6 stats and then having just 2 with 1 extra for points 7 and 8.
Yeah. Well, the things that your job choice might use the most often, you might decide to pop them into that 3. Or you might decide that some things can go lacking and be left at 1. And
that is true.
Ooh. But there is a caveat. The maximum at character creation is 4. You can't put an attribute higher than 4 with these points.
4 is capped for character creation.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's an exception to that, but we'll get to that when we get to the choosing your job class.
All right. Now, do the job classes modify the attributes or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Each job class has 2 attributes, and you choose one to gain an extra point in.
Oh, goody.
And with that extra point, you can push it above 4.
Right. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's the only caveat to the cap for a character creation.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I know what I'm going with. I'm going with 3 agility, 2 strength, 3 vitality, 3 mind, 2 spirit, and 1 luck. There can't be a hot mess with a luck more than 1.
Fair. Yep. Makes sense.
Then I'll hold off on applying my points until the very end because everyone's choices might influence that.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. Arizona has their stats worked out.
And I believe I do too. I'm going to take my own advice and go with the all-rounder build with the 2 extra points buffing up 2 different stats.
Okay. Yep.
So for the sake of everybody else, I'm doing agility 2, strength 3, vitality 3, mind 2, spirit 2, and luck 2.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent spread. Makes sense for being a farm boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, between strength and vitality, I'm a little bit more physically capable, so it made sense that my strength and vitality were the buffed, quote-unquote, buffed ones.
Yeah, yep, that makes sense.
So now we have to pick our job.
Yeah. Unless anybody else knows what they're putting into their attributes.
I do, but I also have a can I do this GM question? Because
It begins.
It begins. Because, yes, it does. Because I saw something and it gave me an idea. Because I am going with the engineer job.
Okay.
And for the listeners, the engineer comes with a Magitech vehicle that also...
Oh.
Yep, because it also gives you additional armor. Eric knows where this is going.
Christ.
So,
If it's going where it's going, I'm going to smack you with a trout.
well, one of the options is the form of a bike,
God damn it. Yeah, it is.
and I am going to, yeah, because this is my question for flavor's sake, because I've noticed that gives me additional armor, and I'm taking which one is it? I'm going to take the melee attachment, and I'm wondering if, for flavor's sake, since the vehicle gives me armor, for just flavor's sake, can the bike actually transform into armor?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yep.
Not even 15 minutes in, and your system's already broken. That has to be a record, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. All right. Then I have made an Indiana Jones XP that's a common rider, technically. Because I am going to take the melee attachment thing to give me the whip. Because I don't think it comes with whip. Yeah, it comes with a efficiency with gun.
Yeah. Cool. So, yep, engineer.
Okay, I figured out my stat spread.
Cool. What did you go with?
3 ability, 3 strength, 2 vitality, 1 mind, 3 spirit.
Fits the martial art type. Arizona as a engineer.
Yep.
Okay. So other things that you have to take into consideration when choosing your job is each job has 4 skills listed.
Mm-hmm.
So you gain access to those skills. Depending on your class, depends on the amount of skill points you get to spend. Engineers have 8 points to spend between those 4 skills.
That's something I was going to ask. If the skill with those skills, what if it's something that I didn't realize this at the time. The skills I chose, I actually have one of the ones that come with the job.
Okay, so you can
Oh, I do too.
you can put points into it, or it just allows you to use the other points from your job for the other skills that are available.
I have 2 of them actually. I was gonna go for monk job, and I have 2 of them.
It's fine. Again, monk as a monk, you get 5 points, so you've got a lot less to spend. So it means you can maybe leave those from your trope and put points into the other 2, or you can level them out a little bit. But yeah, it allows you to put your points above. If it's one that overlaps your trope, then you can put additional points into it.
And then I just pick one of the abilities, correct?
Yeah, you pick one ability. You also have one of the attributes that you get to pick based on your job. So the engineer gets to pick between mind or agility to put an extra point into it.
Okay, I'm going to put that into agility because the weapon I'm actually loading onto this doesn't use strength. So it's probably a good idea if I can't substitute. Okay, so then I have 8, because I'm doing the engineer too, I believe I get more points to put into my...
Most jobs have 5, but anything that's marked as a specialist has 8 points. And you also have 1 additional weapon proficiency rank as well, which you can either put into guns or you can spread elsewhere.
Okay.
You start with 1 in guns being an engineer, but you can use the other point to do whatever you like with. So you could put it into whips if you want, and then with the melee attachment, you would have rank 3 in whips.
Can I put it into guns?
Yeah.
2? Okay. Yeah, because I already got the +2 from the ability. So I kind of want my guns and my whip to be kind of... I don't want to be... I think it works for the character to have a range, and because in the end I always just shoot someone.
Yeah.
In the movies.
Pistol and whip. Yeah, that makes sense. As for the monk, You get 1 point in fists, and you have 2 additional points that you can put into any weapons that you want. Because you are a martial job role. Eric stepped away for a bit. Crest, do you know what job role you're...
Oh, because again, everyone else's choices will influence mine. So I have to stay skip for now.
Okay.
I returned. Sorry about that.
Yeah, welcome back. Do you know what job that you're going for?
Actually, I do. I was thinking about that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if I'm going with the farm boy trope, I'm gonna end up being like, the swordsman or the warrior because, classic trope. But I was looking through the list, and I saw a job that kind of tickled an idea in the back of my mind, which would make the lower levels until he got better gear and weapons kind of funny. I'm thinking of being a dragoon.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea that cinched this is him using a farming implement as his weapon, at least early on. Yeah. Could you imagine him just doing dragoon jumps and stabbies with a fucking pitchfork?
Oh, what I'm hearing is you're making a farm boy shovel knight.
Oh, God. You might be onto something there, which was not my intention.
I like the idea of shovel knight.
And I think I might actually have a name for my character as well.
Cool. Let me have the name.
Orion Paxton.
You are a dragoon.
Orion, like the constellation, so Orion. Paxton, Paxton.
So, yep, you've going through where I went through the engineer and stuff. You have being a martial job role. You start with 1 point in spears being a dragoon.
Okay.
And you have 2 additional points that you can put into any other weapons that you'd like.
Okay, so 1 for spears.
You get to choose between agility or strength to gain a bonus point in.
Let's see. I think I'm going to put those 2 additional ranks of your choice. So 2 in spears and then 1 in axe. Because got to split the firewood somehow.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're a farm boy, you live out in the countryside, you know how to fell a tree or 2 if you need to.
Uh-huh. And then I think I'm going to use a... Because I have a 3 in strength. If I use this point and up my agility to 3, that might actually be a better idea.
Yeah, then you've got 3 in all of your physical attributes.
Okay. So these actually coming together fairly nicely.
Okay.
Base HP is 10, base MP is 10.
Base MP 6 for Dragoon.
Oh, what the hell was I looking at then? So that's going to be 10 out of 10 and 6 out of 6.
Yep. You've got 4 skills that the Dragoon gives you access to. None of them start with points in them, but you have 5 points to spend.
Okay.
Between acrobatics, leap, which is the Dragoon unique skill.
Mm-hmm.
Perception and ride.
Okay, so
ride is for riding animals, unlike pilot, which is for vehicles.
right. Definitely going to put some into ride because farm boy, it makes sense. Leap, perception, and ride. All right. So 1 in acrobatics, 1 in leap, 1 in 1. All right. So I'm going to toss this out to the group. You included GM. Where should I put that 5th point? What skill gets 2 dots? Because I'm thinking either perception or ride. In perception, meta-wise, you always want to have a good perception, and ride is character character logic, because as a farm boy, he would need to know how to ride a farm animal.
I like the idea of both of those. They both fit. Like being
Right?
like on a farm, you're maybe keeping your eye open for
Oh yeah, wild animals. Keeping an eye out for wild animals.
wild animals and stuff. Yeah.
Oh shit sticks. All right. I'll roll then and let the dice choose. I'll roll a d6. Even is perception and odd is ride. Perception it is.
And then the last thing that you need to do is pick one of the dragoon abilities.
Okay, so that would be Dragon's Tail, Dragon's Scales, Greater Leap Attack, those.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm assuming that Greater Leap...
Some of them have prerequisites. Yeah,
like Greater Leap Attack, I would need to get Leap Attack first, which makes sense.
Yeah, Greater Leap Attack and Rising Dragon both require you to have Leap.
Ooh. I think I'm going to character plot out the abilities. So he won't start level 1 with Leap. However, Worm's Swiftness, he's a quick little boy. That makes sense for him to have basically pre-adventure life.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. That's a passive ability. So yeah, a few things. I'll explain. There are 3 different ability types. So you have special abilities, which are ones that you spend and then usually have to make a roll to activate, but don't inflict damage.
Right.
Typically. You have special attacks, which are the same deal, but they will inflict damage as well as other effects. And then you have passive abilities where you don't spend mana, you reduce your maximum mana by the amount of MP that you need to invest. But the ability is always active.
Okay.
So with Worm's Swiftness, your base MP goes from 6 down to 1, but you always get that +2 bonus to initiative, and you will always do additional damage to enemies who are lower than you on the initiative track.
Okay.
Similar deal with the Engineer and the melee attachment. It's a passive ability, so you reduce your maximum MP by 4. But your Magitech vehicle always has access to the melee weapon that you've attached to it.
So my MP goes down from 6 to 1. Okay.
How is our monk getting on?
So far, I was... Let's see. Yeah, I figured out my weapon proficiency.
Yeah.
Are
you going all?
Although I have not decided on my job abilities.
Okay. Have you went all in on fists?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. And what trait did you choose? Spirit or vitality for your bonus?
Vitality.
Yeah. And did you split?
So I have 4 3s, a 1, and a 2 at the end of the day.
Nice.
Not bad, not bad.
And what about the skills? How did you spend your 5 skill points?
I put up an extra point in athletics. One of my points into the insight that I got for being monk, and then the other 3 went into meditation.
Meditation is the unique job skill for monks. Out of combat, it allows them to recover health and mana quicker. In combat, they can use it to get rid of a condition. So if you're like bleeding or burning or confused or whatever, you can make a meditation test and get rid of it.
On top of the already 3 in endurance, which makes that already hard enough.
Yeah. Okay, so you've just got your ability to pick.
Yep. Monk has a lot of options.
Yeah, the monk is complete as a job. All of its abilities are there.
Oh, nice.
There's a few of the job classes that are complete. The bard, the dragoon, the hunter, monk, and warrior are all complete.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah,
So a lot of the marshals are complete.
Yeah. The thief.
yeah. I noticed the biomancer had like
Yeah,
2 blank pages. I'm like,
the thief is almost complete. It's got one more ability to figure out for the thief.
I mean, to be fair, those are probably easier to build than going through the mages, which has a lot more involved.
The paladin has a few abilities that need to get figured out.
Paladin, where do you roam? Paladin, far, far from home.
But yeah, the mages have a lot of things to weigh up. So the mages have their abilities, but they also have spells which are separate. So they've got.
All right, I have to ask. I have to wonder. Could you use firearms as a paladin?
Yeah, if you're willing to spend some of your proficiency points on it.
Because I don't know, my brain, because the little ditty I sang was actually the opening to an old western that my dad used to watch. The Gunman, I think it was called, and the character's name was Paladin. He was a traveling gunfighter, and I'm just thinking to myself, could you do that in this system? Could you make a paladin, the job class, but use guns?
You could go one step further with at level 10, the game gives you the option of multi-classing.
Oh, okie dokie.
So you could be a paladin engineer where you've got all the paladin's defensive abilities, but you get access to some of the engineers' harder hitting abilities.
That would be something to work towards for sure.
And more, yeah. You become like a mechanized knight.
Oh, that's neat.
Magitech knight.
All right, so genuine question in this case. The MP investment is your initial cost for the ability. Like in my case, I went down from 6 HP down to 1 because Worm's swiftness is an MP investment of 5.
Yeah.
But then I'm also seeing cost for MP.
Where does it have that might be a typo. Or a holdover from something else.
Because you can kind of see where I'm leading in on. It's like, if I'm knocked down from 6 MP to 1, how am I going to pay the 4 MP that this is saying that it costs?
So Worm Swiftness should only have the MP investment.
Okay.
There shouldn't be a mana cost for it.
Okay. And since I'm currently editing that, is the 2-round duration still a thing?
No.
Okay.
No, because it's a passive ability, it's just permanent.
Okie dokie. So I will delete that as well.
So you're all good. In my version, I've taken all of that out from when it was a active ability to changing it to full passive.
Gotcha.
I just realized 3 of my skills are +8 or higher.
Yep, well that's fine. I think you've already clicked onto why in the draft of the game that I've got open, the default target number, like the average has been bumped up to 10 instead of 8.
Oh, okay. Okay. So only in Gunsmith does my +10. I'll be okay. That's good.
You're an engineer. You're supposed to be good at making guns
And explosives.
and explosives.
Because gunsmith is also your ability to make grenades.
So not only am I a hot mess, but I'm specialized in making hot messes.
Sounds about right.
But also phrasing.
Question.
You know, we probably should have let that bird just kind of keep flying over the head.
Probably. Anyway, Crest, you said you had a question.
The job points we get to spend on skills, can we apply those to our trope skills too?
Yeah, you can apply those to your trope skills as well.
Okay. In that case, I suppose it's time for me to finally tell the party what I decided upon.
Yay!
I decided on Bard.
I'm sorry. You want to play Bard?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be great.
In addition to my job skill, folktales, I picked Discord, soothing classical, and soul music.
You only pick one ability.
Oh, really? I thought we picked 3.
No.
Oh, my bad.
That's skills for your tropes. The abilities are.
Oh, okay. In that case,
To be fair, also looking at the pre-gens is a little misleading since they all have like 3 abilities.
They're level
Yeah.
3 characters. The pre-gens.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes more sense now that I see that they're level 3.
Yeah, they're higher level characters.
okay, I'll take soul music then.
Cool.
I haven't decided what I want to spend all my points on just yet, but I'll get there eventually.
Oh, soul music looks like a good one to have.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about healing, don't be, because I took Herbalist, so I can make potions.
Hey, awesome.
I am more self-sufficient than everyone else.
Yeah, soul music lets your party members regenerate mana, which is very helpful.
So we just turn the monk and the engineer into actual tanks. They're just not going to die.
Although so far, at least 2 of the characters don't spend mana. They're MP investment characters.
Yep.
Unless the monk has an ability where they need mana.
Yeah, there is. It's a passive though. They wouldn't at level 1 without a high spirit. They wouldn't be able to take it to begin with.
So have you settled on an ability for your monk?
I'm gonna go sweeping flames.
Big fiery AoE attack.
Yup.
I'm going to call you Zuko.
Cool. So then, yeah, regenerating mana will definitely be helpful for you.
But what if I just decide to play a female character and confuse you all again for 4 years straight? Would you have to call me Azula then?
I would, because I'm that much of a gremlin.
Fair enough.
Cool. So we have a engineer, a bard, a monk, and a dragoon.
Yep. This is an interesting party makeup. I like it.
Wait, so Krusty, so you're taking soul music?
Yep.
Wait, but do any of us use MP?
Yeah, the monk does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I missed that.
And so does the Dragoon, I think.
I mean, to be fair, any of you guys could use MP. However, comment is I'm currently now the one who gets the most mileage.
And
Yeah, it depends on how we grow as we level up.
yep.
Yeah, it depends if you want to start as level 1 characters or if you'd like to level up the characters as well before we do the one shot.
In some cases, I want to experience the system and the story from level 1 onward.
From the beginning. I think it'd probably be also a good exposure experience to go from level 1 on, since that's probably how it's going to always start for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you an idea of how a campaign starts. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and how it kind of how character build kind of flows from it.
Cool.
Plus, also thematically, since this is inspired by JRPGs, start at level 1.
Yep. Oh, sounds good.
Yep, this isn't Pokemon. Our starters aren't level 5.
If you want the Pokemon experience, you play an Invoker.
I was tempted. To go Invoker, actually.
I was actually expecting Alexia to choose that.
I was also looking at Hunter.
I was also tempted for Invoker, but then I was also like, I wanted to wait until like all the different kinds of familiars are out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Fair. The test test campaign that I'm running with my test players, they rescued a princess. In the situation, she panicked and unleashed a area, which is the big summon that invokers can do, without realizing that she could do it. So now they're
That's always interesting, though.
the book passage on a pirate ship to get off the island.
I always like the trope of stress awakening.
Yeah.
Abilities.
Invokers is probably the most complicated job class. And the Biomancer are the two most complicated ones, I think.
Yeah, because Biomancer is like your blue mages.
Yeah.
I almost took Biomancer, but then I saw the you get a vehicle, and I'm like, Common Rider.
Fair.
And I knew if I didn't take it, Eric would have probably taken it. Or had the same thought.
A choice between stealing monster abilities or a
I mean, to be fair, I was leaning towards a more, I don't want to say boring, but a more kind of basic, tropey kind of character for, being that in our RPG, I was already leaning towards the whole farm boy hero thing. So I didn't even think about the engineer. I was like I said, I was thinking about just the basic warrior, get my magic sword on or whatever. But then I saw the dragoon, and I'm like, pitchfork dragoon. That would be hilarious. So here I am.
Dragoon is my favorite Final Fantasy job sort of role, and so the idea of being a farm boy who wields a pitchfork like a dragoon appeals very much to me.
Well, I know what I'm going to be doing after we're done here. I have a hero forge.
Nice. Okay, we have we're bard. Bards are a specialist class. You have 8 skill points to spend on common or craft skills from your job role, the same as the engineer. Bards also start with more mana, but it's already been kind of factored into the base MP that bards start with. Okay, so everybody's picked their job. You've got an idea of the skills, attributes, your starting job ability that you're going with.
Mm-hmm.
No one's playing a mage, so we don't have to deal with spells, which is an extra step, which is all good. So we're on step 4. You get to pick your character's species, your ancestry, and skies. They are called Skyfolk.
I already chose mine, actually.
Same.
I also chose mine.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go one at a time and see what we're working with. So, Gabe, what Skyfolk is Arizona?
That one he is a Koros, because I'm not gonna ignore that pun of being his name is Goals. He actually does look like a seagull.
I love it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I saw that one coming from a mile away.
And there was a reason why I was sarcastic earlier.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, Eric, what Skyfolk are you going with?
I'm actually going to be Ed Dayona.
He, him as well, the pronoun?
Yeah, for Ryan, he's going to be a he, him. He might also be a may, him, but that's, neither here nor there.
And for the listeners, Sean's Skyfolk is like a bird person, as we've gone into that. And Eric's is more of your humans and elves.
Yeah, that's...
Koros are your...
Thank you for catching us up on that, Alexiel.
Yeah, bird people, brightly coloured. It was a friend of mine that actually named them. She's Greek. Koros is the Greek word for dancing, but it's also a play on the word chorus because they're bird songs and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
That's cute. I like that.
Diona is bastardization of Gallic for people. So they are literally your most common Skyfolk.
Yeah.
But they appear like elves. So their inspiration is like Hellions from Legends of Zelda.
I might be reaching to the wrong culture, but now that you're saying that, the only thing that pops into my head is the Tuatha De Danann.
And like Diona is a bastardization of the word the one.
Oh, okay.
So it's like folk or people. It literally just means people.
I love that. I love that. Also, I'm a big folklore nut, so that's what I'm bringing to the table.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I figured I'd bring up what these were so that they didn't get lost in translation and people weren't like trying to make a mental image that wouldn't work.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, that works. That's appreciated. So we've got a Diona and we have a Koros. Okay. Crest, do you know what Skyfolk you're going for with your bard?
I picked the Pagona.
Pagona. Okay. Pagona are
Lizard people.
lizard people. Most specifically, they are bearded dragon people.
Gee, I wonder why you chose to make one of the races a bearded dragon.
Pagona is literally the scientific name for the like the group of the species that bearded dragons belong to.
I love it.
Okay, so we have a lizard person, Pagona. What are the pronouns for your Pagona?
He, him.
Okay, then Alexu.
So I did part in the Ashcan version. After the Usagi Hito, you mentioned the cat people, the Neko Hito.
Yep.
Usagi Hito, by the way, are rabbit people.
Rabbit people, yep.
Yep. So I went for the cat version.
Yeah, Neko Hito.
Yep.
Now, I have to ask, just for clarification, are we doing kimono mine? Kimono mine, where it's just the ears, maybe a tail, or are we doing like full Khajiit style?
No, they are very much humans with ears and tails, or in the case of the Ushihito, which are like your cattle people, they have horns as well.
Okay.
But yeah, ears and tails, more traditional anime style.
Beast folk.
Yeah, I have to admit, when I was looking at the Inu Hito, the dog people, all I could think of was Inuyasha. So
yeah, if you want a game where you play,
I don't see Nekokito anywhere.
if you play as full anthro characters, I have a sci-fi game for that I've put out.
oh, neat.
Called Wild Space, which is you play as anthro fighter pilots and
Oh, never mind. I found it.
the outskirts of space.
Now,
You mean the Pomos?
No, pomos are their own thing.
almost are the they look awfully familiar, Kupo.
Yeah.
I mean, who what now?
Oh yeah, they're very much niggles.
I'm not seeing cat people otherwise, though.
Oh no! If you go to the next page,
The end of the rabbit.
At the end of the rabbit people.
There's a little blurb.
yeah, it's the little extra box.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I see it. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Functionally, they do the same things. So they have like a little luck-based thing. They have better hearing.
It's just flavor. I see it. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
No, I mean, this is what session zeros are for.
Yeah, no, all good.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed that we have folk features.
Yes.
Is that a choice thing or a blanket? This is what you get.
This is what you get when you pick the Skyfolk.
Okay.
So all the Skyfolk have a Children of feature. That is the goddess that that group of people most closely associate with.
Okay.
So the Diona are children of Eldinger, the goddess of lightning. She's also the goddess of ideas, ingenuity, and craftsmanship. While the Koros are children of Zephyrin, the wind goddess.
No surprise there.
And she's all about freedom and expression and all that sort of stuff. The Pagona are children of Gaia. Gaia is the earth goddess. So they are close to nature. They like to travel. They're nomadic. And the Usagi or Nikohito are children of Yuki, the goddess of ice. And they find comfort in kind of warmth and good times. Like you're sort of your more winter solstice aspects of the cold, where people kind of come together. So they tend to be a bit more sociable. But some of the Skyfolk have one or two additional features on top of that. The Diona have the Technophile ability. They have an easier time working with Magitech and other forms of technology, ancient technology and stuff. Koros have gilded wings, which allow them to glide and reduce fall damage and stuff like that. They can't properly fly, but they can travel decent distances by gliding.
Falling with style.
They also have the birdsong ability, which gives them a +2 bonus to any skills where they can put their focal talents to use. And that's up to player and GM interpretation. So it might be like deception tests where they're good at mimicking or throwing their voices. It could be performance tests where like they're actually singing. Or they could just generally be cute and charming, in which case it'd be like persuasion tests and like. The Pagona have scales and claws as their other folk feature. They get a bonus for climbing, but they also have some natural armor. While the Usagi or Nikohito have it's lucky rabbit feet for the Usagi, but you could call it like lucky 9 lives or something if you're playing a Nico. Where once per combat, they can ignore damage equal to double their agility rank as they kind of just hop out of the way or get lucky and avoid being hit. And they also have heightened hearing where they get a +2 bonus to any auditory perception-based tests. So the Skyfolk and job roles of the party are fairly well-rounded.
You know, I'm liking this. I'm actually fairly excited for this.
So everybody's picked their Skyfolk.
Mm-hmm.
Step 5 is outfitting your character. You all have 1,000 wings. Wings are the currency in Skies. They're coins that have a wing, like feathery type side to them that make them look like wings.
Okay.
Kind of general currency like gold or gil or whatever in other games. But you have 1,000 wings to purchase your starting equipment with.
We also get a basic weapon from our job, a signature outfit, and a cherished memento.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you pick one weapon, one basic weapon for free. You have your outfit, which is your like go-to appearance, your clothing that you tend to wear, and you have a memento of it might be an NPC that's important to you or an event that happened in your character's past. There for flavour, it can be played on by the GM, where it can be implemented into a campaign storyline and the like. Something I tend to have in a lot of the games that I design is this sort of token item that characters pick that's a reflection of their past.
Okay.
But that's probably the long and boring part for doing a podcast with, because you're having to look through all of the equipment and stuff to pick up your items.
Yeah, I think that would be better served doing it off recording between now and session 1.
Yeah, we can do that in between now and the one shot. That makes most sense. You'll have an idea of what your weapon's going to be based on the weapon proficiencies you've picked for your character.
I mean, I've already got mine.
Then we're on to the final step then, which is where you kind of have all your derived traits and things that pull off of other stuff. So you have your initial HP and MP based off of your chosen job. But you get to add to that based off your attributes. So for your HP, you take your vitality stat, you triple it, and you add it to your base HP from your job, and that gets you your starting HP.
Okay, so dragoons get 10. My vitality is 3 times 3, which is 9, so I get 19.
Yes, you've got 19 health.
Nice.
Okay, so that means I get about the exact same.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I need the dugout now. Thank you for the session 1. I will inform you all of my decisions with points later, and see you.
All right.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thanks for joining, Crest.
Yeah.
No problem.
Same idea for your MP, but you use your spirit and triple it to get your starting MP.
Okay, and I start with 6 from monks, so that means I get 9 more.
Yeah, if you've got 3 in spirit.
Yes, I do.
I have a whopping 7 MP.
I got 17 HP and 10 MP. I invest 4 in having the melee attachment on my mech suit.
The
I mean, just at level 1, I can use Sweeping Flames 3 times. That's actually kind of dangerous.
That is dangerous. If you're fighting enemies that are vulnerable to fire, then it's very dangerous.
Don't worry, that only gets more dangerous as we level up.
Yep. Once you've got your MP and HP sorted, then it's time to work out your defenses. So your weapon defense, so that's your defense, the target number for anything involving weapons. So if you're being shot at by a bow or attacked by a sword, clawed at by some monstrous beastie, it is your weapon defense, and it is agility plus luck plus 5.
Okay. And I'm guessing spell defense is the same. Mind plus spirit plus 5.
Yep.
Okay.
And then any extra miscellaneous bonus that you may have.
Yeah, so if you buy a shield with your starting money, that'll get added. If you have any job abilities and things like that that potentially give you bonus defenses, then you would add that as well.
Yeah, because there's a monk ability that gives armor
Yep.
later.
Armor is its own thing, separate from defenses. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay, so so my mind is 2, my spirit is 2, plus 5 is 9, so that's my spell defense.
Yeah.
And then agility is 3, luck is 2, plus 5. I have a weapon defense of 10. And then we have
Initiative, which is a combination of your agility and luck.
okay. So agility and luck. So 5 is
And for initiative, you roll a D8 and add your initiative score.
okay. And then armor.
Armor. So the engineer has 2 armor from their Magitech, and Crest, being a Pagona, would have 1 point of armor from having scales. But then you'd have different types of armor that you can then
Okay, so
purchase and learn.
I personally don't have any armor until I, put some on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put some on. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Armor is straight up damage reduction,
Gotcha.
whether it's from a weapon or spell that inflicts damage. It reduces the damage by whatever your armor rating is. Certain spells, certain weapons, certain abilities have armor piercing and then tend to have a rating next to it, so they ignore X amount of armor based off their rating.
Okay, I can do that.
So all hammer-based weapons ignore 2 points of armor straight up,
That's where the Skyfolk traits go.
while guns ignore an amount of armor equal to your proficiency rating in gun. But certain spells and stuff will allow you to pierce through armor and stuff like that. But with all that done, your defenses, your initiative, armor, HP, MP done, your abilities and things all chosen, that is your characters ready to go, other than purchasing your starting equipment. A few things that are on the character sheet that don't really come up with character creation are things like signature look. So it's essentially a description of your character.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Tend to find in JRPGs, characters wear the same outfits all the time, so you can always kind of recognize them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun making my Hero Forge, dude.
But yeah, that is us. That is characters created. things I will point out for anybody listening to this versus the final version of the game, things will change. It's still very much being playtested. Although a fair chunk of the game has already been written and tested by this point. And that's why you guys will notice some changes between what I'm telling you versus what's in the Ashcan, because it's changed since the last time I playtested it and released it.
I mean, that's how you do.
But yeah, that is us. That's characters pretty much ready to go.
All right.
And yeah,
It's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to run the one shot with you guys.
I'm actually looking forward to being a part of this.